and I guess it's just turning into a video about talking about where I'm at right now. So as you can see, I'm comfortable. I'm in my room, my roommate's side over there, this is my side, it's my computer, clothes on the bed. I got my bonnet on, I got my hair done yesterday. So wearing a t-shirt, and this is me. As I was saying, I've kind of been going deeper into understanding why I do the things that I do. You know, why am I going to go left instead of right? I mean, no, it's not that deep. Never mind, it's not that deep. But in terms of the not events, what is it? The things that I choose to participate in. Just recently, I performed at the Atlanta Women's Expo. That's kind of a funny story as to how I was able to get that. I was on Instagram one day, and then an ad for the event popped up, and they said, "We're looking for singers." And I was like, you know, I sing. I've performed a few times before, so I was like, you know, why not? Let me see. So I clicked on the link. I signed up, and they said, you know, we'll get back to you if we choose to select you to perform. And it had been a while, like, I don't know, maybe like a month or so, and then they got back to us and like, oh, hey, you're in. I was like, oh, snap, I wasn't really expecting to get anything back. So then it came down to me deciding if I was actually gonna go, because the year prior, or last year, I was gonna go try out for The Voice. I was working as a summer camp counselor, wasn't really doing anything else, and I was like, oh, you know, I would really love to audition for The Voice. You know, I think I have what it takes, but I'm not really sure. So I registered, got my number, and then the day came, and I didn't go. I guess I kind of talked myself out of it, and I made myself think that I wasn't gonna do well, and I wasn't even sure what song I was gonna sing, because the song that I had in mind, it just didn't seem like the right song, or I wasn't singing it the right way. So I just talked myself out of it, and I didn't go. This obviously isn't The Voice, but I kind of had those same thoughts again, like, oh, well, you know, it's not that big of an event, and I mean, I don't even know what I want to sing. Like, do I even have a track? What am I gonna do? But this time I decided to invite one of my friends to go with me, even before I decided like what I was gonna sing. But I invited her because I was like, well, if I invite somebody, then it's kind of like I have an obligation to go because I invited someone somewhere. So I did that. She said yes, and I'm like, darn it, it's real now. So I have to choose something. So I dug through some songs that I know, found a track that worked, and I just went and did it. And I didn't realize it was like a preliminary round type thing. So I just went and I was like, oh, okay, so this is how it is. Like actual competition, and then there's another step to it. So I went up there, I did my song, I sang it differently. Because usually when I sing songs, I'm just kind of disconnected, I guess is how I would describe it. I'm not there, but and that's not a good thing. That's not a good thing. But this song, I had fun. It's different, a little different than my Sam Smith and Adele choices. I think that's probably why I felt a little bit more connected this time. I love Sam Smith and I love singing Sam Smith songs, but they're all, the ones that I sang are pretty sad. And you know, you kind of get out of the sadness of that, so, or get a little tired of the sad songs. And I still love Sam Smith, but just for me singing wise, you know, I need to sing something different. So I sang Give Me One Reason by Tracy Chapman. And that was fun. I was making eye contact with people. I was kind of getting into it. I was moving a little bit more than I normally do, because usually I'm a standstill singer, and I hate it because that's not what I want to do. In here, I'm like, oh yeah, I want to move. I want to get engaged. I want to, you know, engage, like, you know, talk to the people, just have fun with it. And then somehow my body, we're not on the same page there. And there's many instances where I'm thinking of what I want to do, like, oh, I want to raise my arm right now, like I can feel it, but then my body is just like, yeah, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to sing the song and then we'll be done. And I can feel like the tension. That's what happened with my summertime video, if you go back and look at that. I mean, I sang the song and I loved that song. That was so much fun. That was my first time performing jazz. I loved it. The only thing I would have changed is being able to move more. I wanted to move, I wanted to like, get into the song, but I was frozen. And that was so restricting, and I don't know where that comes from. And it's very frustrating. So with this most recent performance, I was like, let me try to move. Let me just do it. And that was fun. And then he told us once we go, they'll text us if we make it to the final. So I was like, okay, whatever, cool. And then I get a text later in the day, and I was like, what? No way. Like, there's no way that they wanted me to go to the final. Like, I was just okay in my eyes. But I got the text, called my aunt and my other friend, and they came and supported me at the final performance. And at the final performance, I actually changed it, the same song, but I changed the key to make it a little higher. And what I noticed that was way easier to sing and do things with, but in terms of the sound that I'm kind of going for, I think it was a little too high. So, because the song, the way I sang it the day prior, it was lower, and I like that tone of voice, but it was harder to do the same things that I was doing with my higher tone. So I need to find kind of like the middle ground with that, because I don't want to yell, but I don't want to strain, and I don't want to strain, but I also don't want to be like, this is easy. Like, I want to do cool stuff with my voice, but it's difficult trying to find that right key. So anyway, I did that. Now this one, we were on like their main, like the biggest stage in the whole place, and they have like a little runway, and I was like, wow, okay. So I'm standing there in the middle, in the back of the stage. I'm like, I have to go up the runway because I can't stay back here the whole time. So I put one leg in front of the other, and I walked down the runway, and I was, feeling it, looking around, trying to just be comfortable. And that's one thing I did notice. I felt comfortable. And that's something I have never felt with any previous performances. Like, maybe the one when I'm in my room, but the all my other stage performances, I couldn't say that I felt comfortable. And it's not that I was scared with those, it's just I felt restricted. So I was kind of able to let myself go a little bit. I will say it wasn't 100%, because there's definitely way more that I would have done. I mean, they only gave us 2 minutes. Would have done. There's more things that I would like to work on so that I would be able to perform them in the future. Because some of those things I just can't do right now, if that makes sense. So it's not that I'm not capable, and it's not that I would have done it. It's just I need to learn and practice and get more experience with that. And then, I'll be able to do more fun stuff and just not have to worry. But I will say I felt comfortable, and there were so many people, and usually crowds aren't an issue for me. It's more so how I perform, if that makes sense. Like, I'm more scared about what I'm going to do, because I've had instances in the past where my voice cracks, or I forget the words. I haven't forgotten the words in a while, but my voice cracks, or I don't have enough air, so the note gets cut off, and I'm very critical of myself. So when those things happen, I'm like, oh my gosh, that was so terrible, everyone's gonna hate it. And then people tell me, that's great, and for me, I'm like, thank you, but then I kind of over exaggerate it in my mind. I'm like, yeah, they said it was great, but it was terrible. Like, that note, oh my gosh, and that one note for me can just ruin the whole song, even if that's not realistic. And I know it's not realistic, but it's just very hard to kind of get over those mistakes. And I'm getting better at not putting so much on myself for making those mistakes, because in the whole retrospect of a 3-minute song, that 1 second, usually, unless it's just like something super big, and none of mine have been super big, it's just been little things here and there, but it's not going to ruin the entire experience. And I'm teaching myself and encouraging myself to kind of get over it, to move on, to persevere, not get over it, but take that, remember it for the next time, fix it, and then you don't have to worry about it later. So yeah, it's just I've been growing a lot. I mean, even with my talking to you all through the camera, like, I don't know, if you go and look at old videos, you can see that's a little bit different. And I will say that's probably because, once I've gotten more confident in myself, but I also took this acting class. It's an on-camera acting class because I'm planning on getting into acting. I want to be in film. And it's an on-camera class, so we just talk to the camera. So I think that's where that has come from, and I loved that class. I was telling my dad the other day, like, I've never been in an environment like that ever. They allowed us to just be free to do what you want, not like in a crazy sense, but in a creative sense. Because the way I think, I have so many ideas. Like, I have lots and lots of ideas just flowing in and out all day, every day. Sometimes it's a little annoying, and sometimes like, I have a really great idea and then I forget it and it's on to the next thing and I'll just have to remember another time. But I just have a lot of ideas. And then when it comes to acting, I also have a lot of ideas. And for me to have been able to been like, hey, what if I did this? And they're like, yeah. Or to not even be like, oh, that's weird. Like, I think weird is just a word that's kind of stuck in my head right now. I think things are weird, and that's why I don't do them. And now it's more like, it's not weird, that's just me. And if you think it's weird, then that's okay. That's your take on it, but it's only weird for me if I think it's weird. Otherwise, it's just me. So now I'm trying to get better at just doing what I want to do and not thinking it's weird. I think that's one of the things that's kind of held me back along with the singing thing. Like, oh, I don't want to move because that'll be weird, even though it's totally normal. I've been talking to myself a lot. I'm not gonna lie, I talk to myself a lot. Like right now, I'm basically talking to myself, but kind of to encourage myself, to talk myself into things, because I know that I'm capable of so much more, but I have been the one holding me back. Like, I've been blessed enough where I haven't been in environments where people are telling me, oh no, you can't do that, or you suck. Like, I haven't been in environments like that, but the only person, that's been getting in the way has been me, because I've been telling myself that I can't do that, or that's weird, or oh, I don't know, maybe I won't make it, and it's been very frustrating for me, because it's like, why am I like this, and I don't know where that comes from, but I'm getting better at leaving that. I'm leaving old Sydney behind, and I'm taking chances. I'm just going and I'm doing it, and I don't really care what the outcome is. I'm sure there's a preferred outcome, but let's say I go for an audition, right? I haven't had one, like a big one yet, but let's say I go for an audition and I don't get it. I'm not gonna be like, oh my gosh, this is the end of the world. I've kind of started to have this mentality of, I'm going to go and I'm going to try my best, I'm going to give it my all, but at the end of the day, if I don't get it, that's okay. I'm just going to move on to the next thing and just get better and better and better. I'm not going to have the expectation that I'm not going to get it, but my expectations are going to be so high that if I don't get it, then I'm quitting and everything else in life sucks. That's not the mentality that I have. And that's been a very good thing for me, because it's not taking things way out of proportion. It's kind of a healing experience, really. So yeah, I've just been trying to be more positive. Whenever I hear myself saying something negative or hear other people saying negative things, I kind of like turn it off or switch up the situation. I try to think, well, it might be raining right now, but at least we're inside, or at least we have an umbrella, or at least it's not flooding. It's kind of like taking the negative and finding a way to flip it around. Even in the most negative of negative, like it can be hard, but if you try, it's possible. Like, at the end of the day, like, if you're still alive, at least you're still alive. If it's that bad, but yeah, it makes a huge difference. And I can't wait to kind of see where I'm able to go in the future. I have many plans, I have many dreams, I have ideas, and I'm excited to see what turns I start to take. So yeah, that's a little update on me. Bye.